It's KillerQueen and Slimer Gamer!
I took us to the wrong screen.
Good start!
Yeah, we nailed it. Took us straight to a black screen.
Oh, dear Lord.
Love, we need to talk.
We need to talk. Welcome, everyone, to the very first episode of our podcast called We Need to Talk. This is the one and only Lamer Gamer. I am KillerQueen, known as KQ. Does anyone go, why are they calling her Cake? No, it's KQ, KillerQueen.
Yeah, hey, KQ.
For all of those who are like, what is going on? Well, Lamer Gamer's channel has been hijacked by myself.
Yeah.
We're hijacking his channel so that we actually have a little following already, and you guys can sort of test us out for us before we move it to its own place on the internet. So things aren't as they normally are.
Nope.
You can't comment as you were before. There's no sound command.
There shouldn't be.
There shouldn't be. If they're out there, something we're gonna change. So I'm sorry if it's not what you expected. We haven't figured out Spotify yet. I don't know whether that'll be our video show or...
Yeah, we have to figure out how to upload things
If
to
anyone
Spotify.
knows, let us know.
Yeah, please do let us know.
So apologies if we don't sort of react to your comments. We are trying to act like this is a podcast.
Also, if you're listening to this on Spotify, it means we did it.
Yay!
Thank you in advance.
Yeah. As those who can see, we do have P4 with us. I tried to get her to go down twice. Twice she fell asleep. Twice I put her down in her cot. Twice she woke up crying.
Yeah.
So she's here, but you know, for those in the podcast who are just listening, you won't know I have a baby on my lap.
Well, they might as she starts crying.
Well, in case you hear her, you're like, what is that?
That's not a sound effect. It is
I have
genuinely a
12-week-old
12-week-old
baby
baby.
sat on my lap. Anyway, that is the boring explanation out of the way. We do have an agenda to talk about.
Yeah, we have a whole list.
Yeah, this is basically we're starting a lifestyle podcast where we, as husband and wife and parents of 2 young children, we need to talk.
We need to talk. We need to talk to someone, and sometimes it's each other.
So there are some funny things. There are some serious moments where we want to bring issues to light on the platform that we have. Thank you to all of those that have made this platform possible.
Yes, thank you.
And take it away with the very first, we've got 5 segments to get through. So
yeah. So
hopefully it's something that you guys will enjoy, because I know we think we're funny. Basically, we think we're funny.
We don't think we're funny. People just laugh at us.
I think we're funny.
Right.
I think you and me, our conversations are interesting, and every time we have an interesting conversation, we go, we should do a podcast.
Yeah, but then when you try and do it, like I haven't even started the section and we're already off on a tangent, but I find, all right, we should do a podcast. Let's talk about things. We've then written various subjects that we want to find stuff about, but we're also inherently lazy about things. So we were like, we need to talk about this. 5 minutes before the podcast went up.
He's going to throw us under the bus already.
Yeah, straight under the bus. But
I think I'm really funny.
So 5 minutes before we started, right, KillerQueen goes, all right, so have we got this? I was like, no. Have we got? No.
Yeah, but we've managed to do it, and I think we've done it well. We work well under pressure.
With 5 minutes worth of homework.
Yeah. I used to revise 30 minutes before an exam. It's great.
I also think that we need jingles.
Oh, no, I agree with that. We do need
Do
jingles.
you?
Yeah,
I thought you didn't agree with the jingle.
No, I don't agree with you acting like it's a radio show and trying to preempt everything we're going to say. Heads of sections, a bit of content pre-organised, that's fine. The funnier it's gonna, the more organic it is, the funnier it's going to be.
Dingo and the baby.
97.1.
That felt like my dad. Jesus Christ.
See, we're funny.
See?
Yes, I'm happy with jingles. We just need to get someone to make them. So that will be something added in. Stay tuned. Kick it off anyway.
Also, we're also allowing ourselves to swear on the podcast.
Oh yes, this is, listen at your own risk.
So today's
Section
podcast,
1 will always be.
I've lost the page.
Okay, so section 1 is basically we're going to take a word that has long gone from our vocabulary and explore it and just see what we all think about it, basically.
So the word I've got today is obambulate. Obambulate, yeah.
Obambulate.
Obambulate, which to me and you would mean to walk in a leisurely, casual, or aimless way.
How
can you be leisurely, casual, and aimless?
Exactly.
So just like I don't know.
Could we say to amble? Like,
Oh, yeah.
that
If you're ambling around.
yeah.
Aha. So all we've added was
An
8
A.
and an ob. Obamble.
Where's
You
the
ate.
word? Does it say where the word's from? Like what?
The internet.
Is it a medieval word? Is it a Dark Ages word?
No, all I get from that is I use it in a sentence. Why is this?
Spell obambulate.
It literally is the hardest sentence ever.
Go then.
Gretchen Gristletoe joined the organisation of outlandish obambulation. Why is there a tongue twister in a definition? This is terrible.
Even the baby's yawning.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Basically,
Maybe we don't need the sentence.
yeah, maybe we should just try and fit obambulate in the podcast. So today we're going to try and fit obambulate into the
I don't
podcast.
think I'm going to do that.
I can't even say it, but we're going to give it a go.
Obambulate.
Obambulate.
We're
It
gonna try
sounds
and
like
fit
what
it into
happens.
the podcast,
It sounds like what they picked Bambi's mum up in an obambulance. Obambulance.
I feel like next time, I feel like I'm going to forget the word and you're going to use a different screen on your phone to help keep us on track. I feel like we need to write the word.
Yeah, I think it needs to be like
stick
on the screen.
I did say I don't want to know the word. I want to find out with the viewers at the same time.
The worst thing is I've just lost the page. But yeah, obambulate. That is our word
Obambulate.
of the podcast. It feels like Sesame Street, doesn't it?
It does feel like
Today's
Sesame
podcast
Street.
was sponsored by the word
Obambulate.
To amble with extra letters. On to the next section. I just read the word wrong. It said joke off, but the word was, I thought it said jerk, which is definitely not the kind of stream we're trying to do. It's like, I win every
we'll
time.
Get cancelled.
Yeah, especially as my shirt says, level up to daddy. Daddy. Anyway, so this section is, so there are 3 different versions of what we're going to do at this point in the podcast. So the first one we're going to do is a joke off, not the other one. Then we just get cancelled, and it wouldn't translate well into Spotify, to be fair.
Well, just
Yeah, it just sounds like someone's using wet paint all the time. Anyway, we've broken our...
2 minutes.
Okay, so are you going to go first, ladies first?
Yeah, I'm trying to get my phone open.
Oh, look, another technical hitch on the first time
Oh,
we've
yeah,
tried
not
this.
drop the baby. Mine's a dad pun. It's not really a joke. Like there's no
Right,
there's no audience participation in this one.
okay, so we have one joke each, and
Am I going first?
yes, ladies first.
Okay. I gave my handyman a to-do list, but he only did jobs 1, 3, and 5. Turns out he only does odd jobs. And I want a jingle.
That's terrible.
My joke? Yeah.
Yes.
It's a dad joke.
Okay. I got one for you then.
Go on then.
Why don't skeletons fight each other?
I don't know.
Because they don't have the guts.
Oh, jeez, that's so bad. I think you win that one, actually. I think
Is it the worst joke or
mine-
the best joke?
mine was lame, but yours was like groaning. Mine was like, very funny. Yours was like, therefore you win.
Right. I won. That's 1-0. I need to write that somewhere.
We'll
I
have a
guess.
tally up somewhere.
Flipping hell. If anybody's got any of their own jokes, please do feel free to put them in chat, by the way, and we will store them in our
For
long-term
another
memory.
time. Or if you're listening on Spotify or YouTube, comment below.
Yes. Those.
For all 3 platforms we're trying to cover here. So.
I'm also using it as an excuse to drink sneak. Ah! Can I open it? Yeah. So now we're going to play the 3 statements game. So we played this the other day, just to test it out. There's some really interesting statements. So
It caused a riot.
yeah, I used one of them on site at work, and they talked about it for an hour. So I'm going to read 3 statements to KillerQueen and you guys. Give you some time to think about which one you think is true, and then we will decide whether you were right or wrong, and then I'll hopefully give you an answer.
No, this is something again. It's,
No,
it's
alright, we're
it's a
gonna change.
podcast. It's just you and me.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you,
Yeah.
obviously, but I'm offering everybody else a chance to actually think and have an answer.
Okay, cool.
But we're going to use your answer as the answer for this. We're not
Right.
going to do a poll.
I just don't want people to put effort in and then be like, oh, they didn't look at my comment. That annoys me.
Our community is awesome. They're gonna play along anyway, and then laugh at how foolish we are with our answers. I think
Okay.
so. All right. So my first statement here is bees are found on every continent except Antarctica. I wish you could get someone that could read properly.
Antarctica.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
The Eiffel Tower can be taller during the winter. A group of flamingos is called a party.
No, that one's not true either. And the first one.
You think it's the first one?
Yeah.
Bees are found on every continent except Antarctica. Okay, so you think number 1.
Yeah. It's the true one. The other two are not true.
That is correct. Bees are only are found on every continent except Antarctica. Well,
Well, obviously the Eiffel Tower doesn't get taller in the winter. But obviously a metal structure doesn't get bigger or smaller.
Obviously. Well, it
And what was
does.
the third one?
Metal
In the winter.
Metal can contract when it's cold and expands when it's hot.
But no one's out there measuring.
I don't think anyone's measured the Eiffel Tower in the winter.
And then what was the last one, sorry?
The last one was a group of flamingos is called a
I
party.
know what they're called. I watched a vlog the other day where they talked about it on Disney Safari. And it's something really funny they're called.
A flamboyance.
A flamboyance.
There we go. Now I just knew that off the top of my head. Did not Google that at
Google
all.
at all.
Exactly. I'm just that smart.
Oh, you want to do another one? Okay.
Yes, we shall.
Another, please.
Another. Humans have the same number of bones in their neck as giraffes. Sharks are the only fish that can blink with both eyes. And the moon is moving closer to Earth each year.
Hang on, I don't understand.
I don't understand how you don't understand about
the
it.
sharks. Can you say that again for me?
Sharks are the only fish that can blink with both eyes.
Fishes don't blink? As in, I just thought every fish
dunno.
blinked with both eyes. Like,
Do fish have eyelids? That is the next question.
I don't know. Do fish have eyelids?
I don't know.
Okay, so I should know the neck one. I don't. I should at least know how many bones are in the neck to be able to give a guess.
Really?
I don't know.
Well, I was going to make a dirty joke then.
You can make a dirty joke.
Depends on how dirty a person you are. You could have an extra bone in your neck. I'm here all day.
I'm going to go with the shark. I want us the truth because I don't know the answer to any of this.
Okay. Actually, the true statement is humans have the same number of bones in their neck as giraffes.
Oops.
Both have 7 clavicle vertebrae.
That sounds about right.
Cervical vertebrae. Clavicles are there. I think.
Did you read the word wrong or did
Yeah,
you...
it's cervical.
Yeah.
So giraffes have the same bones in their neck.
Same amount of or the same bones? Like we share bones?
The same number
I have to go
of...
to a giraffe and be like, hey, can I have a bone, please? I'm missing one.
No, you wouldn't be able to fit...
Timeshare.
Can you imagine trying to fit a giraffe bone in your neck?
Just like timeshare.
You wouldn't be able to
bones.
walk through a door.
Well, I'm just double checking.
Imagine... Sorry, doctor, I just couldn't fit in to the waiting room. Why? Because my giraffe's
It's my
cervical
week to have the
vertebrae.
giraffe neck bones.
Flipping hell. Jesus. Imagine how much that would weigh as well, having a single giraffe bone in your neck. You'd probably like break it. You'd be like this. Hi, sorry. Got a giraffe neck here. For God's sake. And the last one is misheard words in songs stroke films. So Lady Gaga has a song Poker Face, right?
Yeah.
So the lyrics...
I think I know all the words to this song because I like this song.
Yeah.
So this is going to blow my mind.
I hope so. So, you know, it goes... poker face, poker face.
Ma.
Yeah. And then what's the next lines?
Poker face, fucker. Yeah.
She knows the alternate lyric.
It's not alternate, it's what it is, but we only hear the radio version, which they just repeat.
No. The radio version has the swear word in it.
Shut up.
Yeah. Mind already blown. Sorry about that. But,
I knew the words!
I know. She actually... Don't tell me you've done it for karaoke and you were like...
No, I don't think I did. I just think I just, like, you know when you have, like, YouTube on, and then it's, like, the lyrics?
Yeah.
They're on the screen? I think I've done that one, and I was like, oh, those are the words.
Yeah.
I suppose that's karaoke.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, and we've so the line in Poker Face, I believe the first bit is poker face, poker face.
Ma.
What face was that? We're gonna do a zoom in on that, a dramatic zoom on that face
Ma.
for the YouTube video. Mom. But then the next is poker face, and then it's fucker
Fucker face. Poker face.
Poker face. What
It's
is
really hard to say.
Get the guitar. I'm gonna poker face. And then the other one is, so you remember Scary Movie, the one with the man with the funny hand? Yes, the one in the house.
Yeah.
I only know these off the top of my head. When he reaches out and they're falling out the window and he goes like that.
Take my strong hand.
Incorrect. So he actually says, my other hand isn't strong enough. Yeah, watch that on YouTube if you want to check it out for yourselves. He doesn't actually say, take my strong hand. However, for years, like a millennia, maybe less, we've all been saying, take my strong hand. Has my shirt been spelt wrong? Leveled up to daddy. Is there supposed to be 2 L's there?
I don't know how to spell leveled. This is why it's not really a video show, because I do have to keep getting up and bouncing her.
So 1 L is American and 2 L's is the UK. So you got this shirt from the USA, did you?
I have no idea where I got that shirt from. Oh, online. Amazon. I'll go back, it's fine. We'll carry
Fair
on
enough.
rocking. I'm sorry if the audio is me going in and out. I'm trying to keep
Like, hello.
my face and my body doing separate things. But, you know, mums be mumming.
Oh, yeah. So this next section, family section.
Yeah, so this is the lifestyle bit where we talk about something that we're excited for that's coming up, a milestone with the kids, something that was particularly gone well, something particularly gone bad. Well, we're both going to have something we want to talk about in this little section, family-wise or life-wise.
Yes.
Don't worry, we're not going to argue.
I'm super prepared for this.
No, neither of us are, but I'm sure we can come up with something we want to talk about. Do you want to go first or shall I?
I am super proud of the fact that I made it through another week. So this week, Player 3 has done his first ever night without a nappy.
Yes.
And it was a completely dry night.
Massive achievement for him.
Yeah, it's huge.
We won't go into too much detail.
But for those of you that are parents,
Squirmies.
when that happens, it's like a huge moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's done awesomely. I'm glad at least he's having dry nights. I'm sweating my nuts off in this heat.
Well, are you having sexy dreams?
No. The dreams I'm having are not sexy at the moment.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about sort of do anything gross. We don't want to gross anyone out, but yeah, he was.
Is that as gross as I can get?
I think so.
Okay.
Because also it's very private for him, and we're putting it out on the internet. But
All right.
we are super, super proud.
Yes.
Of how much he's come. He's had a very tough toileting journey, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, for him to reach that milestone with, sort of on his own pretty much as well, hasn't he? Like,
Yeah, he's done
we
well.
woke him up once. He woke up a time and asked for the toilet. So we are very, very proud that
Yeah,
he's
he
got
did
to a
awesome,
point where all of the scary stuff for him has gone.
Yeah. I'm glad he's like. It's one of the biggest as a dad. It's like one of the biggest worries is like how when are they going to overcome this big obstacle? And
Men's toilets are vile as well. Like,
Yeah.
being out in public, I will always take him with me as long as I can.
Yeah.
Women's toilets are so much nicer.
Yeah, let's face it, most blokes don't have the greatest of aim and if you're trying to take your child to the toilet. So that's my thing I'm really happy for in our family. What about you, darling?
I'm super excited. We booked our first abroad holiday as a family of 4. We've only, with the pandemic and everything, it was hard to take Player 3 anywhere. And we did manage to get away for his 2nd birthday.
Just before his 2nd.
Yeah, we came back on his 2nd birthday and we managed to take him to Disneyland Paris, which
Yeah.
we need to do a whole vlog on, to be honest.
Yes,
I
we've
might
got all
even-
the footage.
I
Footage?
I might even try and hijack this system again to try and talk about it, so at least we've recorded what we want to say. Because doing Disney, we are Disney adults, well at least I am for sure. I'm 100% a Disney adult.
I'm a Disney adult, but
I'm intense, you're a normal Disney adult, I think. I'm very intense about being a Disney adult.
my problem is So I know we're going to go on a bit of a tangent about this now. I don't know how suddenly this is
Tangents are going to happen, it's a podcast.
Fine. So I believe I'm a suitable Disney adult.
You are.
However, I don't watch every flipping vlogger and thing about everything new that comes out, and so my problem is I find that people that vlog on roller coasters and stuff like that, and if you're not going for a review video, I find it ruins the experience. If I'm riding that ride, the first time I want to ride it, I don't want to know what's coming. So I don't know if you're watching Mr. A drive around on Tiana's new log flume or whatever it's called, the Bayou Adventure or whatever it's called. See, this is how much I don't want to have it spoiled for me, because I live in a world of spoilers.
Ride, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't pay that much attention, to be fair. But I don't want it spoiled for me. I want to turn up and be like, oh yeah, this is what used to be Splash Mountain as an example, and be like, I have no idea what's expected, what's coming, and then just be completely surprised by the event. Whereas you will watch about 4 different streamers, vloggers, or whatever, ride the ride, tell you about their experience of it, and then when you get there, like, oh, this is what so and so says happens. Look here, there's the hidden Mickey, and it's like, to me, it loses that magic. To you, it
amplifies.
I feel like for you, you need to have that constant like hit. Whereas I'm like at the bottom of like Disney spoilers.
Yeah.
And then it goes bang.
Yeah, we'll definitely make a whole vlog about Disney and the two of us. It's going to be one of the topics for another time for sure. So I'm not going to go into it too much, but yeah, we managed to take him to Disneyland Paris. So that was like a 1.5 hour flight, very short flight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With just one child. And I think we bossed that, apart from me forgetting to take my flying medication, which meant the flight out for me was horrific.
Yeah.
But P3 was literally, he could not have been he couldn't have been better behaved, could he? He was phenomenal, wasn't he? Like, for the flight, I mean.
The only thing I would say, he didn't sleep until about 5 minutes from the hotel, and then he fell asleep. Then we had to wake him up. He was a bit upset and grumpy.
Yeah.
And then
fair enough. The kid had been awake since 2 o'clock in the morning when we left the Birmingham airport. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to, like, this will be our second abroad holiday. Yeah, that was 2022. We've not really been, apart from a Haven or a Butlins holiday, which we love, don't we? Don't get me wrong.
We're going to Haven soon.
Butlins soon.
Yes. Butlins soon.
We've been to Haven this year.
But.
So yeah, during the pandemic, when we weren't able to fly, we were like, oh, what a shame. We absolutely love caravan holidays anyway. They're our thing, aren't they? We love arcade games and we love the entertainment. We love the whole vibe of Butlins. You know, there are other brands available, but for us, Butlins and Haven's where it's at.
Yeah.
But I'm actually looking forward to, like, getting in the sun, being in the pool.
I'm not. I will literally catch fire. Even these key lights are hot for me.
It is hot in here because we've got.
But I'm burning.
I'm burning up. I have learned this week, because it's been particularly sunny where we are in the world, that P3 has my skin, so he's going to tan.
He tans really well. He's
not going to burn, but that's just, we do sun cream him up, and as we will her. But I think it's just going to be nice that she'll still be napping, so you'll be able to, like, go back off to the room and have a little nap with her, get out of the sun. I can carry on with P3, like, it's, yeah. And then we'll meet up and have showers and sit on the balcony having lemon Fanta. Like, it's just, you know.
It's one of the things that you're going to look forward to is having a shower. We're going to meet up and have showers.
I'm looking forward to, like, being all day out in the sun. And, like, there's nothing better, you know, if anyone.
The lemon Fanta, if you're on holiday.
I said lemon Fanta a minute ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing better than getting in the shower when you're all, like, crispy. Do you know what I mean? And getting all that sun cream off you, getting the salt from the sea off you, the sand off you, the chlorine from the pool, and being all that, getting that after sun on your skin, and just feeling $1 million and in a nice dress going down to dinner. I cannot wait for an abroad holiday with sun and my family. I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. Traveling, what's the flight to where we're going?
I have no idea. 1 or 2 hours?
Yeah, it's not long, but we're going to have one each this time. I don't know who's going to have who yet.
I think you're going to end up with player 4.
Yeah, so she's on my lap for the flight anyway, but I don't know which way round.
I'll probably sit with player 3, to be fair.
Well, we've only got 3 seats anyway, because she doesn't get a seat. She's going to be too little.
Oh, you mean like which way round we're going to sit?
Oh, no, I just don't mean like, I mean like when we're going through the airport and stuff, like, we're going to have to, at some point, allocate a child to an adult. Should anything happen, we have one each, kind of thing.
Well, I would probably say player 4, because the moment she detaches from your body at the moment, she's crying. So you're looking forward to holidays, and I'm proud that player 3 had a dry night for the first time.
Yeah. Well, we both are. I'm sure you're excited for holiday too, and I'm very proud.
I'm just not excited for the sun, because I'm just going to catch fire like a...
We are going a time of year where it's not going to be any hotter than it was this week here.
It's not the heat, it's the sun.
What's the next section?
Trying to turn the fan off is the next section.
You don't have to turn it off.
All right. The next section for us is your favourite.
My section.
So out of the two of us, I tend to be the least confrontational. In general.
Is that how you're going to introduce it? You're an angel and I'm the devil?
You said it. You literally,
Not true.
you're literally confronting me right now.
Go on, carry on.
So
Sorry.
Killer Queen tends to be the most confrontational out of the pair of us. And she's biting her tongue and drinking a can just so she doesn't have to talk over it. So this section is all about the things that wind Killer Queen up. And eventually, one day, the one thing that will wind me up, I can talk about as well.
We'll name it. I haven't named it yet, but it's basically things that annoy me.
It tosses my salad.
I love that. I love that. Let's call it that.
Tosses Killer
This
Queen
tosses
salad.
my salad.
Churns my butter. Could be a good one.
Churns my butter is even better. We'll pay you for that one, Mr. Pixels.
This tickles my pickle. No, that's the wrong
Tickles
word.
my pickle is...
That's a good thing. So, over to you.
I think we both get wound up by stuff. I tend to voice my opinions much more. We tend to be an adult about it and come home and in the privacy of our house agree with me.
Yes, I
That's
tend...
the nicest way I can put it, is that you're more adult about it, and I'm like, it comes out my mouth and then I think.
Yeah. I
Sorry,
seem to get wound up by the same things as you. However, yeah, I don't tend to be like, I don't know, so someone's child is ugly, right? For example. And I'll be like, that's a beautiful child. Full well knowing that it looks like, I don't know, a mouldy beetroot or something like that. Does mouldy beetroot look ugly?
Not really, but okay.
It looks like a beaten up squash in a onesie. There we are. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas you, although you might not say anything, the face would be.
My face gives me away.
You literally, your face talks more than your mouth sometimes.
And when my mouth goes first, that's normally when it's dangerous.
Yeah.
But things do annoy me, so I thought I would lead the section, and then you can sort of
The likelihood is I'll agree with it.
dip in, confront me, and be like, "No, you're over the top." Blah blah blah.
So, what grinds your gears?
When people pretend to be interested in what you're talking about and aren't, and cut across you just like you just did, it really annoys me.
But it's not that they cut across you, is it?
No, so
Like cutting across, like I just literally did that very moment.
also annoys me.
So we're going to do a double one.
I think that they kind of intertwine, and I think it can be married into both. So basically what happened was we were having a conversation with a friend of ours, talking to them about podcast and how excited we were, and I was literally mid-sentence, and they just changed the subject.
And it wasn't even like
It wasn't even like
related.
a tangent, change the subject. You know, we do have friends who will go off on a tangent, but oh my God, I'm so sorry, back to what you were saying. I completely cut across
This
you
didn't
then.
happen.
That's fine. This did not happen. Yeah, it was just, and I absolutely hate it when I'll be mid-sentence and you've done it multiple times. Something else happens and I'll just shut down. Don't mind if I finish.
I'm not allowed to talk.
I thought it wasn't you.
This is the podcast where I'm not allowed to talk.
Oh God. Anyone else ever feel like that? You're really excited to share stuff with somebody. They've asked what's new with you, so you're in the middle of telling it and you're not done. And we have learnt with this person, it's not done on purpose. It is just something that they do. Because I've brought it up in the past and it caused nothing but heartache. So I have stopped bringing it up. But the funniest thing was it was actually Lama who tried to restart the conversation about the podcast. I just looked at him and went,
It was literally like,
there's no point.
you know when you have like a mind meld or whatever, you telekinetically
Yeah, you and me were on
tell
the
each
same
other,
page.
shut the hell up. She literally did
I was
that.
just like,
It was literally like, we are going to do, we're going to do a podcast and we're planning on doing these
just so
various
you
sections.
know, I've started doing this. It's literally what happened.
Oh, that's what you were doing.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That is literally what happened.
It wasn't even like, I'm doing something new. It was, I'm starting a podcast. The roses are pink.
Yeah.
And it was completely that contrast. And then they almost like hard steered the conversation into the conversation about the roses. We're like, right.
So we let them talk, and then when there was an actual no, Lama was like, so the podcast, and I was just like,
He was like, no.
I'm not playing. I'm done talking about this now, because then you're just plain not interested, and you haven't latched on to the fact it's important to me, and this person's brain was just like, I need to talk about something else.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about something else. I'll keep what's important close to my chest and talk to people who are important.
If you guys have got things that obviously, it churns your butter, not tickles your pickle, because that would be a different podcast altogether. If you got things that wind you up, then drop us a message. Yeah, T-Shepo is saying the same. And they're from South Africa. And so it's an international problem. It really churns your butter. I like that.
It really churns my butter.
I like that.
And they were devastated.
Tosses your salad.
Absolutely devastated.
Sounds like Tickle My Pickle now I think about it.
They all sound the same.
Yeah, that is that really.
That's what was it? Churns my butter this week.
Yeah.
Tune in next week for something probably
if
similar.
you guys have got other suggestions for things that...
Churns your butter, we'll discuss them.
Yeah, if you've got butter churning... If you've
churning topics.
If you've got butter that needs to be churned, then please drop... I don't know, we got to work on this.
Churns my butter sounds a bit... Oh no, it's still...
Yeah, it's still... You do that, don't you, to churn butter? Oh no. Just pisses me off.
If your stomach churns, it's not a pleasant thing, isn't it?
No,
so
but
I think churns my butter's the one.
But churning butter could be sexy.
Oh, maybe we'll make it sexy. Just 1 week a month.
Things that makes me sexy.
Nothing. Not you, me.
Fucking hell. You heard that here, guys. I didn't even... That wasn't scripted. That was literally things that make me sexy. Nothing. Literally, not even a beat.
The second I said it, I was like, oh, he's going to think I mean him.
Yeah.
Also,
do you know what turns my butter?
Obviously, something does make him sexy. There's 2 of these.
Something.
I'm not making it better.
Nope. So, who's getting my Funko Pops in the divorce? What crunches my carrots? Ooh, I think I'm for the West Country. No?
Churns butter is more West Country.
I would say churning butter is more like...
Right.
Not Mormon, what's the other one?
Amish.
Sorry, any Mormon or Amish. I was going to say, sorry, any Mormon...
It's a religion, not a way of life.
I was going to say, sorry, any Mormon or...
I was
going to say, sorry, any Mormon or Amish people that might be listening to this, but actually...
Apologies.
Likelihood is the Amish...
I'm not listening.
Churning their butter. Fuck's sake. We're going to have a whole section on churning butter now.
What else is on our agenda, Mr. Lima?
So, we are coming on to one of the final topics, I think. Insert jingle here, Raising Bristolians. Alright, should we do what they do on Pitch Perfect and just try and sing it? But without any rehearsal?
What, on one note when they go 1, 2, 3, ah?
No, just sing it. Just be like, Raising Bristolians!
So you're on one note?
Well, just sing it.
Oh, you want me to sing my own jingle, but just the words Raising Bristolians?
But at the same time.
Okay, let's see what happens.
So we'll do it on 3, and then we'll just sing Raising Bristolians.
Raising Bristolians?
I'm not telling you. I might go really high, or I might go really low.
Which you just did. That's why I'm like, if you're going to repeat that...
I might have just thrown a complete spanner in the works and just been... I'm like... Don't know how that was. That wasn't even a voice changer. That was literally me. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Raising Bristolians! Nailed it. Disney, need someone to write your next song? It's us. Yeah,
and a bit more.
You talk about Raising Bristolians because you do the raising, I do the blazing.
So obviously we're Bristolian, if you can't guess.
All right, my lover.
All right, my lover. I thought about starting the podcast with Ahoy Me Babbers.
Ahoy me babbers.
I don't know.
Have you literally just thought that up now?
No, I thought about it a couple of hours ago, and then I forgot when we started. I thought, oh, I didn't do Ahoy Me Babbers. Anyway, so Raising Bristolians, if we can separate it from something we're looking forward to, because most of those things are family time, and we don't want to bore you completely with our family stories. We'll try and make a parenting faux pas or parenting high five. For something we've done particularly well or something that went particularly awful. Just to sort of put out there, use our platform to try and normalise parenting in 2024. It's all on the internet. Everyone's the perfect parent, and we just want to try and tell our stories as rawly as we can.
Yeah. To
try and make anyone out there that's listening feel a bit more normal. Parenting is not Instagram. Parenting is not pretty at all.
No.
It's hard, it's sluggish, and it's sometimes damn right impossible. I think we've talked a nice little story today about player 3, so we're not going to do another one today. But if we get to a point where things we're looking forward to are not parenting things, then we can do a story around the kids then.
Well, we can always talk about what happened last week if you wanted.
What happened last week?
Well, last week we went to a festival. We actually went to 2 festivals.
This would be the kind of story they'll put in with Raising Bristolians because it's purely about parenting rather than what we're looking forward to as a family.
Well,
so this is the perfect story. I've forgotten about this, to be honest. So yeah.
You've forgotten about it. It happened a week ago. So
No. I kind of go on. Then you start the story because it is a chunk of a story, and then I would take story time.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. So last week, KillerQueen Player 3 and Player 4, and I obviously, hopefully. We all went to this big event that was in Yeovil, which was effectively, it's like a big fair, and they have various big exhibits going on in the centre of like what it looked like an arena. And the big thing there was this big monster truck rally exhibition, something like that. Now, we've never been to a monster truck rally exhibition, so we thought this is perfect. We're going to take Player 3 because he loves monster trucks.
We've been watching the ones in America on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, so Player 3 loves monster trucks and rallies and anything car related, so we thought this would be epic. So we booked it and we told him all week that we're going to go see the monster trucks, blah, blah, blah. And since, Tuesday? Every day, monster trucks. We're like, no, 3 more days, 2 more days, 1 more day. And then finally the day of the monster trucks came. Honestly, he was so excited to go, wasn't he?
Do you remember on the Wednesday when we picked him up from nursery, he was like, because I said to him, you go to nursery and then we go to monster trucks. So he goes to nursery 2 days a week. So he came home after nursery and was like, monster trucks now! We were like, no, that's not what I meant. I explained it really badly. And I felt awful. He came home crying.
Yeah, he was devastated that it wasn't monster truck time, so we need
because it was 2 days of nursery, then we were going.
Yeah, so that didn't go well. But yeah, so the day came and we were all excited to go because it was like our first proper big outing.
It was like going to a festival as a family.
Yeah.
But on a festival on a smaller scale. They had 2 tents full of music. Monster truck thing in the middle. There was going to be rides and food vendors in a massive field, basically. And we were looking forward to testing the water out. 1 as a family of 4, 2 festival with kids.
Yeah, so we left, and the sun was blistering hot. We all had sunglasses on, etc., etc. We'd packed everything we thought we needed for a lovely day out in Yeovil, and then about what?
Keep talking because on the audio they won't hear me grab for another drink.
Right. Pretend I didn't just pause there. So we drove down to Yeovil, and we were aiming for a 1 o'clock arrival, weren't we? Because the monster trucks was like, just open the flipping can.
I'm trying. Carry on talking.
Pass me the can.
It's so wet and slippery.
There you go.
Thank you.
Anyway, where were we? So we were driving down to Yeovil, and
we're going to get there for 1, yeah.
Yeah, the plan was to get there for 1 for a monster truck rally at
2.
So we were there about an hour early, and we had about a 15-minute journey to make. So we had 45 minutes to do this trip, and suddenly it all became gridlocked, and the roads were snarled up. We ended up driving down little like country farm roads, like dodging tractors and big lorries that were coming our way. I'm like, all right,
1-way tracks with 2 solid things of traffic, because what's normally 1 car going down there was 25,000 people.
Yeah, instead of 1 o'clock when we arrived, it was now 10 to 2, and we still had what should have been like a 2-minute drive, which turned into another half an hour, something like that.
We got there at quarter to 3.
Yeah, so we ended up getting on site at 2:45. So safe to say, we missed the monster trucks, and Player 3 was absolutely devastated, as were we. We were pretty...
We're trying to keep him entertained in a stationary, almost crawling car for 2 extra hours.
Yeah, it wasn't the best, but we did what we could. We kept him entertained as best as we can. Player 4, obviously, she needs feeding as well, so we had to stop every now and again and feed her. So that all ate into our time.
Well, luckily, we weren't going fast enough that I could take her out of a car seat and feed her. But like, I don't condone taking a child out of their car seat, even if the car's stationary. Anything could happen on the road.
Yeah, but also you have to think about getting the child out, because with that delay, we were in there for a lot longer.
Oh my god, she would. I could not have not fed her for 2 hours, and we could not get out of this queue.
And also, you can't have a kid in a car seat for too long.
And there was we could not pull out of the traffic because it was a single track road.
Yeah. So yeah, long story long.
Just covering my butt there.
Yeah. Please don't sue us. Our child is fine and not dead, and we did everything.
We
legally.
both have jobs where it is our job to cover our asses, and I think we naturally try and do that everywhere we go.
So yeah.
Exhibit A.
Yeah. So we went there. We got there, and we were an hour late for this exhibition, right?
Well, yeah.
2 o'clock. We got there for free.
I kind of assumed that the show would be a maximum of an hour.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about it. I just thought, well, maybe if we get there at 2:30, maybe we can catch the end of it. So we got there And when we walked in, there was a monster truck in the middle. There was monster truck rides all day. So the fact that the rides would go in and the all of the other apparatus would look like it had been used, like the cars were crushed. I was like, oh my God, we've missed it.
As we were coming in, there was a parking attendant. We said, "Bloomin' hell, it's busy here." And he said, "Yeah, that's what happens when you sell 10,000 extra tickets."
He said it should be for 10,000 people, and they've sold
25,000.
Just want to put this out there. We're not bashing this event. It was just a bad day.
It was a bad day weather-wise, which we're going to get onto now.
I don't want people to think that we've come on here to moan
No,
about
we're not here to slag off the event. So yeah, we've gone in through the gate, we've got all our wristbands on, and we've seen that we might have, well, we definitely missed the monster truck rally.
Yeah.
However,
yeah, for sure.
There was a sign that says there's another monster truck exhibition at 6 o'clock. So we thought, well, it's only 3 or 4 hours to wait. So we'll waste some time around the festival. There's bands on, there's food.
Loads to do, wasn't there?
There's a fun fair. So we're able to do that. So we started making our way.
We're luckily in a position financially and able to waste that amount of time as well.
Yeah, that time, that money,
lucky.
you know. We were there literally for the monster trucks.
We were going to go for monster trucks, have some food, and then not get back in the car and come home, but like
mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to try and avoid spending money on rides and what they call it, carnival games, and you know, the bar. We're going to try and avoid all that.
Yeah.
But...
So we got there, and as we were literally gone in through the gate, turned left to head down the little road towards the games and stuff like that, everything went grey and black.
It happened so quickly.
And torrential rain. Honestly, it just hammered us. It was like rains were like mortar shells just hitting the ground so hard, and we're like, okay, let's head straight to the nearest tent, which was a massive big red top tent, which luckily there was. But
for reference, you're in shorts and t-shirt with a
yeah, I was literally in almost like these sort of clothes.
I had leggings, top, and a jean jacket on. And player 3 was we did have waterproofs. The weather was so beautiful. We got out of the car. I was like, we won't need them.
Yeah,
we'll leave them. We'll have a nice day. I'm not carrying everything around. We didn't take the buggy. Thank goodness we didn't take the buggy. I decided I was going to carry player 4 because she wouldn't need a waterproof covering because it was so beautiful.
But yeah, so the rain came down and absolutely hammered us. So we all ploughed into this big red tent. Now,
which is not meant for that many people.
It's not meant for 20,000 people, and I don't think there were 20,000 people in the tent by any means. So there are people out there getting absolutely soaked.
In their waterproofs, they were prepared.
Yeah, some people were better prepared than us, let's face it. So we were there, and it was starting to get, you know that bit, I don't know if any of you have ever been in a situation where there's a crowd, obviously, but then there's a point where in your head it sort of goes, there's too many people here. It's going to start getting crushed. There's kids sat on the floor that aren't standing up because they've been we were stood in there for an hour.
Yeah, we were.
Waiting for the rain to go off, and it just wasn't going off. So we braved the rain for a few minutes, and we managed to actually find the Army veterans tent and catch up with
the Navy veterans.
I think it was the Army.
No, it was Navy.
Sorry, Navy veterans.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the wristband, haven't you? Yeah. So they were kind enough to offer us a bit of shelter under there, and I took it upon myself to go back to the car, get all the wellies and the waterproofs, and trudge back.
And then we could just enjoy it in the rain because the kids were in all-in-ones, completely waterproof. We had coats each, and luckily we didn't have the pram.
But yeah, it had gone from blisteringly hot, where the grass was like straw.
It still wasn't cold though, was it?
No.
Even when the rain came down, it was still really hot. It wasn't. It was like thunderstorm weather.
Yeah, we were due some thunder that day. So I went back, and it literally went from being like a really hot summery field vibe to trudging in mud, Glastonbury horrible weather vibe.
Yeah.
People fighting in the car park, mind.
Cars were getting stuck.
Yeah, and it was horrible. But luckily I managed to get the kit, bring it back, put the wellies on, and we actually made a good day of it.
Yeah.
You know.
We managed to turn it around, didn't we?
Yeah.
I would say the only thing that made it bad for us as the parents, player 3 was so patient.
Yeah.
He waited for an hour. A 3-year-old waiting for an hour to do anything
in the tent. Bearing in mind, he's the height of people's waists.
I'm 5'2" and he's up to just over my belly button.
Yeah, so he's about 2 foot something.
Yeah.
He can't see anything if he's on the floor, and he stood still patiently for an hour.
There was music playing. There was lots of hustle and bustle. So he'd have a dance every now and again, and he'd be like, "Well, what we doing? What we doing?" And we'd explain to him. And then he'd look out the rain, and there was lots of people watching to do. But for a 3-year-old to basically stand still or sit on your shoulders for an hour, not moving, I was really, really proud of him.
Yeah, he did awesome that day.
Once he was in his overalls, he was ready to go, but we were both starving, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we said, right, we're gonna eat first. So we went to one of the food places, got some food.
Yeah.
He wanted to go. he did not want to eat.
He was ready
that
to experience everything.
For me, was the toughest part of the day because P4 needed to eat. There was nowhere for me to take shelter in order to breastfeed her. Nowhere at all. That's typical of festivals, I'm sure. I've never been to a festival breastfeeding before.
You've not been to Breastfest?
So that meant I then had to split from the pack after having a tough time getting Player 3 to eat something, because we got what he asked for and then he changed his mind once we got it, which I'm sure every parent has experienced.
Oh, yes.
But when it was £6 for a bloody hot dog, you're eating it.
You're eating that hot dog.
You are eating it. So we had a tough time getting him to eat. He did eat eventually, and then I said, like, I'm going to have to split off with me. I'm going to have to go walk back to the car, which was, like a 20-minute walk?
Yeah. Across mud and whilst carrying a baby on your chest.
Yeah, I'm an athlete. I'm strong. It's fine. Getting back to the car with her going, where she was then beyond it. Do
that again?
No.
Yeah. She did it for us.
Yeah, for me, my hearing my ears were buzzing by the time I got back to the car. When I finally managed to feed her, the silence was glorious. I also got back to the car and needed a wee. So. Oh
God, I know what you're going to tell him.
I'm not going to tell him. I was just going to say, I've got a reusable Starbucks cup that's like a cold brew. So it's like a V-shaped cup with a straw. It was empty. I decided that's what I was going to wee in, and got rid of it out the door. Where to pass by, because we were parked right on the end with lots of people going up and down, and I'm like, I to this point don't care if someone looks in the car and I'm peeing. I just don't care.
He peed in my car, in a cup.
I squatted down behind the driver's seat and got off the seat.
So you were in the car?
I was in the car.
You peed in my car? I thought you went outside the car.
No. What? No, because I had literally finished feeding player 4, so she was lying down having a wiggle, and I was like, I'm not gonna make it back. I'm literally gonna pee down my leg.
Fuck's sake.
Like, I know I've had 2 C-sections, but I still had 2 babies sit on my bladders for 9 months.
I can't believe you pissed in my car.
I didn't. I peed into the cup.
Yeah, but you pissed in my car.
A drop.
You didn't piss on my car. You peed in my car.
So by the time I got back to them,
literally revelations.
By the time me and player 4 got back to yourself and player 3, we had been there an hour and a half and we had done nothing. The charger. No, okay, carry on.
Okay.
You don't know where it is, I don't think.
Anyway, so she's peed in my car.
Carry on telling them the story about how
she's peed in my car. I can't. You've ruined my story now by peeing in my car. So yeah, she peed in my car. All this time while she was defecating and ruining my car. Player 3 and I were enjoying the festival. We were out in our coats. We were getting rained on. We had welly boots on. But yeah, so we were walking around the festival. We were listening to music. There was a band, and what were they playing? I think they were playing "Should I Stay or Should I Go" and "Basket Case" by Green Day. And Player 3 was just loving it. He's throwing the horns up. He's running around, living the dream. And then I got candy floss. Probably not the greatest idea to give your child just spun sugar. But I thought, let's try this and have some fun. And he literally went from, I'm dancing to, I'm dancing! But yeah, so we went on some fairground rides and KillerQueen came back. And bearing in mind, this whole time, we're now just holding on for this monster truck rally. So 4 hours pass.
Your feet had given up, and I almost passed out with the heat.
Yeah, so that went well. My feet were killing.
We were hanging on, on.
For this monster truck rally, weren't we?
I just got too hot with the baby on me, the jacket I had on, then the waterproof on top. I literally had a plastic mac, which is my festival coat. It's like bright and flowery, so anyone can find me in a crowd. And having that wrapped around me, I was waiting for P4 to get on one of the rides, and I had to get
3.
you. Oh yeah, please, yeah.
Player 4 can't ride rides.
No, she was attached to me.
She was literally.
And I said to you, go and sit down because we've got a long way to go. I don't know how long this monster truck show is. I don't know if we've got to stand. And you were like, yeah, I need to go and get off my feet. So he was sat on the grassy verge next to us. And second you sat down on this wave of like, I'm going to pass out, came over me. I was just too hot. Once I got player 4 off me and back onto you, I took everything off. My clothes were wet through. I had not realised just how overheated I was.
Yeah, you were ringing.
So I was ready to go home. You were ready to go home. It was hot. It was wet. It was nowhere to sit.
I think we had about 45 minutes to this, or half an hour, 45 minutes to this monster truck ride, didn't we? Or monster truck.
Yeah, it was like
exhibit.
The last ride, and then you were gonna take P4 and go and sit and get a space like how we would in Disney.
Oh look, another Disney callback.
When you go and mount the curb ready for the parade, you're gonna do the same thing, and I was gonna entertain player 3, because your feet were done and we had a long way home to go. He was tired, and I did not want him to have a meltdown before the monster trucks and then maybe not enjoy it. We'd been there all this time and gone through all of this, I'm going to use the word hardship. It was not enjoyable trying to keep him entertained. Neither of us really wanted to do anything or be there. We were hot, we were wet. It was for us personally. I'm sure other people had a great time.
It was proper tough for us.
Yeah, for two little kids.
Yeah. So I got the space at the side of the arena and we sat down. So the people that missed it because of the traffic were also hanging on for these extra 4 hours to come see this monster truck.
We weren't the only person
rally.
Missed it, were we?
No, there were hundreds of people. Yeah. And luckily I managed to get a space, but it was starting to fill up. And you know when people start like getting a bit wider on the benches and stuff like that, you're like, someone's going to try and squeeze over and kick me out of my spot.
And you are one person on your own with just a backpack.
Yeah, I can't just swing player 4 like a flipping mace.
No, please don't.
You know, like a morning...
Yeah,
Is it morning star?
You needed us to come and sit with you in order to keep our spaces.
I tell you what, KillerQueen got these like ear defenders for us all. They're really good. Yeah. And I would highly recommend them. If you ever go to a monster truck rally, I would use them because...
Even us as adults,
they were loud.
So glad.
Honestly.
I didn't realise there was one going around all day doing rides, and it probably had a normal engine.
Yeah.
The monster truck engine is amplified. The show one.
Yeah.
10 times louder. I was like, oh, that's not so loud. I understand why the kids should have them, but we won't need them. And I thought, I bought them for no reason. Maybe I'll send them back. Oh my God, I'm so glad. The second I heard the engine come on and it rev, I was like, ear defenders, everyone. Let's go.
Honestly, it was rattling my head. It was so loud.
We took videos, but the videos don't do it any justification because it's only as loud as the video is. It doesn't sound that. It only sounds as loud as the phone goes.
Yeah.
But it was almost uncomfortably loud.
It's like having your head inside a lawnmower.
But we were prepared.
Yeah. So this monster truck rally starts. The car does a few laps that jumps a few smashed up cars, and we're about 10 minutes in, and the monster truck then pulls to the side and turns the engine off. We waited 4 hours for a 10-minute demonstration.
It didn't even do a donut. Didn't go up on its hind legs. All the things that you would expect you see.
The picture shows like 2 monster trucks flying through the sky.
It did say that one of them was not working at the moment.
That was from the exhibition trucks. That was from the ride-on trucks.
Oh, I thought. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, that's even worse then, because this whole time I thought there were supposed to be 2 of them doing the show, and they had announced that one of them was broken and unable to do it.
So I
thought, well, at least we'll get to see something.
So as well as you pissing in my car, I've now got, which I didn't know about, by the way.
I didn't know that it was supposed to be only ever one monster truck.
Yeah. So we waited 4 hours for a 10-minute monster truck ride. Devastated. Player 3 was like, okay, what's next? And we're like, we're literally going home now. It was gutting, wasn't it?
We looked at each other and I said under my breath, was that it?
Yeah.
To which we were then like to player 3, did you enjoy it? That was amazing.
And he loved it.
We didn't want him to be like I didn't want him to not think it was amazing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wanted him to be as into it as he wanted to be.
Mm.
And whether it was 10 minutes or an hour, he enjoyed himself, and that is what's important to us.
Yeah, exactly.
But if I'd known it was 10 minutes, we would have gone into the Oval, had a day at the seaside, and apologised that he couldn't see Monster Truck and rebooked something else.
But yeah, so for the price, what would the tickets be to someone?
So I spoke to a lady there who was stood with us when we were in the.
That's probably a better question.
In the Navy tent, also hiding from the rain with her family and her small children, and her and her partner were arguing, maybe not, but they were definitely both annoyed and talking.
Yeah.
And they weren't annoyed at each other, they were annoyed at the situation. But you know what it's like when one of you's pissed off and you're trying to have a conversation and you're going at each other like it's their fault, but it's not their fault. That was the tone of the conversation. She was like, I've just spent £40 per person to bring us in here. We are staying. And I was like, whoa, £40 a person. So
they better get their money's worth of ambulation then.
They were
use the word.
They were a family of 4.
We could moan about it. We're very fortunate we didn't pay as much as some people.
I didn't even pay for one person what she paid, so that's why I haven't gone for a refund.
No.
I haven't gone back to be like if it means that money could mean that the festival can happen again and it can improve, great. I'm all for that.
But you got to think, like...
Parking was a bit of a rip-off, but okay.
But if that was... If we
wind.
paid for 4 of us, then that would have been 120 quid.
Which is
120 quid.
Which is why I thought it was a full-on show, and I feel... I feel a bit
cheating
shit.
for the other people.
Yeah, because when I looked at the price of tickets, I was like, oh my God, I got an amazing deal. I'll take that deal.
Yeah.
Thinking how expensive the tickets were, that it was a monster truck rally with some other things there, and it really was a festival with a couple of monster trucks.
It was like a carnival with a monster truck exhibit in the middle, which was sad, because it's all advertised monster trucks, blah blah blah.
On the way in, their sign was literally monster trucks. There's nothing else on it. All of the other attractions weren't even advertised.
Yeah.
If you went on their website, it was like other things also here, and then their musical acts were like their main headliners as well, of course.
Yeah.
Which half of them didn't get to play because of the weather. Like when we were in the tent, I said to you, didn't I, like what's supposed to happen in here?
Yeah.
And I looked at the thing, and it was supposed to be a Steps tribute band. And I was like, well, at least we know the songs, we can dance and we can have a good time. They ended up delaying their start. We did see that they went down and started when we were hiding in the tent. But the girls' costumes were so elaborate, they were waiting for the rain to go off a little bit so they could walk down the hill.
Yeah, the hills.
Because they had the 90s white platform shoes. And that was why, once it went there, it sounded amazing. I'm a bit gutted that we missed Spectacular, I think they were called.
Yeah.
But I could not stay in that big red top tent anymore with 2 small children. I feel sorry for people who've been in that tent and camped out for Spectacular or whatever they were called.
Yeah.
Who were then, because everyone was there in picnic blankets with their chairs because they'd come for the music. They were then told to stand up and move forward to let more people in out of the rain.
Yeah.
Like, they lost their spaces. They'd been sat there, they'd had their lunch. There
were people in there with chairs and tables and everything.
They lost all of their places they'd camped out.
Yeah.
I felt really sorry for them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, so that was basically Raising Bristolians. That was a family expedition that we sort of did, and it went wrong.
We didn't really talk about parenting much, did we? We talked about how bad
it's a family experience, I guess.
Yeah.
So Raising Bristolians is part of...
We will refine all of this, guys. This is our very first podcast. I think sometimes trying to make it happen for your kids is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, because the next day we went to a different festival, which was Tewkesbury Medieval Festival, which I've been a part of we've been a part of as reenactors for years.
But haven't been since before COVID.
Yeah. So we went there and we knew exactly where we were going. You know, the format doesn't really change much, and it was perfect. We went with some friends. So that was that. But Tewkesbury Medieval Festival, couldn't fault it really. And it was a nice pace of life. The tickets weren't oversold, like the guy at the gate at the other festival said.
There was still rides. There was still like that environment, wasn't there? There wasn't
a little
any
carnival at the back,
on.
wasn't there?
But yeah, it was still the same sort of vibe, and there was still the same amount of people, and probably more because this is a free festival. They do fundraising while they're there, and they ask you to pay for parking, which is fair enough because the festival's free.
It's £10 for a car. Doesn't matter how many people's in the car.
Obviously, Player 4 and myself, me being 5'2" and her being facing inwards on me, didn't see much of it. But I have done Tewkesbury. I have been on the sidelines and made sure all of the reenactors are fine. Like, I know from the commentating what I would be seeing, so I wasn't too fussed about not being able to see it.
Yeah.
Player 3 on your shoulders, got to see most of it. Yeah. And again, you've done it lots of times.
We knew when things were going to happen.
So we could explain what was happening to him. He could see it, and he had the best time.
Yeah, he loved it.
I think he enjoyed that more than the monster trucks.
I think he did as well.
Which I didn't expect. I thought Tewkesbury would be a bit more of a down day, and he'd be a bit more bored, but he wasn't bored at all. And he actually sat there that day and ate. We took packed food with us that day because it was just easier. We knew what was going to be there, and he actually sat and ate his entire lunch, which he wouldn't sit and eat. Probably maybe because it was raining, because it was more exciting, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, he sat and ate a sandwich and crisps and everything else that day, where he wouldn't sit and eat a hot dog.
No.
He wanted to run off and explore everything. Yeah,
he also didn't have a 2-hour drive, did he?
That's true, but we did go to Newport to see friends and then to Gloucester.
Yeah, so but he'd been out, went out and played with the friends.
We did run around with friends,
you know. So it all depends. It's all about the preparation. It's all about the run-up to the event. Whereas the run-up to the Oval event, I think, was...
I don't think we told him to the day we were going. And I think maybe that's something we could learn, is maybe not at this young age anyway, tell him all of our plans.
Yeah.
Because I know we like to see him excited, but actually the whole run-up was painful.
Yeah, it was lots of disappointment for him because he obviously, being 3 years
He doesn't
old,
understand time.
no, he doesn't understand when it's Wednesday or Saturday, does he? All he knows, he woke up. Is it Monster Truck Day today?
Yeah.
No.
I kept showing him on the calendar because we've got one of those family calendars that is sort of a column for you, me, and the kids.
Mm.
And as Player 4 doesn't have much on her calendar, most of the kids' bit is his, and he could see the word nursery, and then we had the Friday was the day off, and then we went to this thing on Saturday. So I was saying to him, nursery, day off, and then monster trucks, and I was counting it down with him. But each day he'd be like, "It's monster trucks, it's monster trucks," and it was rough for him. I think we've learned from that for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you for doing this with me. I've had fun.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I think it's more you having me, isn't it? Because this is your idea. This is your baby.
Wish.
Yeah, we've done it twice, and that's all I'm allowed. Raising Bristolians. But yeah, no. I think we should do this again. What? How often would you like to do this?
Weekly. I think we should do a weekly podcast.
Yeah, we should do this weekly. Okay, then we shall. See you online. Cheers, everyone. Bye.
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 That's all for today, folks. See you next time on the Lamer Gamer channel.